Well, let's take a look at what we got here. Look at that. Walker Model T silhouette sign sent to us by Ford's Lawnmower and PWI. They sent it to us as like a personalized letter with just a hand signature on the bottom, and they left us a little note. But thank you guys for sending us this. It's definitely going up over here on the wall in the office in the YouTube room. We're gonna put it somewhere next to this other Walker stuff and our own stuff and some other stuff that's up there. So thank you guys once again. Just thought I would start the video off with this because this is really cool. Let me see if I pick it up real quick so you guys can see it. I think it's gonna look good somewhere on this wall. We got to get it painted yet. We still haven't done any paint, but that's coming real soon because I plan to start using this room a little bit more for videos, but I'm thinking maybe there or somewhere. It's gonna look really solid. Got a green screen in here now, little couch. The whole room's got to get painted. We got to go through it, but I want to start making some more videos out of here and doing some more cool stuff. But anyways, let's get fast forward to the rest of our video here. Lots of projects here. Garage is a disaster right now. You don't even want to look over here. The Model A's under there, quad. But we got Steve over here. Morning, Steve.
Morning. What's up, everyone? How we doing?
What do we got here?
We are going to be taking the snow plow off of this plow truck. It's a 2001 Ford F350 utility body dually four-wheel drive. It's a pretty decent truck for the year. You think it's a 2000 and what did I just say?
You said 2001. I think it's a 2002.
2002. Either way, it's over 20 years old, and to have some spots like this, it's really, I mean, yeah, you could consider that rot, but 20 years of rot is not. I think this one's locked, but it's not horrible. It's a solid truck.
Yeah.
What are we doing? We're taking the snowplow off of it.
Yeah.
Because I guess we learned when we sold the dump truck, people didn't want the snowplow. Probably the main reason one is it hasn't snowed in the past 2 winters, and people are getting out of the snow business. So I think once we put this for sale, which it's going to be for sale, if anyone is interested, maybe by the time this video is uploaded, it's either sold or we still might have it. We put it for sale with the plow, and just knowing what we did with the dump truck, probably going to go for the same price with the plow setup than with just the truck. And over yonder, we're going to be putting a plow on the gold truck this winter to do some snow plowing. Hopefully, we're crossing our fingers we get some snow this winter. We're not going to be going crazy into commercial snow or anything. I was doing that. That truck actually had basically this plow. I think this is an 8.5. It had an 8-foot Western Ultra mount on it for the first 2 seasons that I had it. I bought the truck from Texas. It was rust free. I put a plow on it to do some driveways. It wasn't worth it back then, 2018 or 19. Pulled the plow off, put it onto a beater plow truck, kind of like this one, and ended up selling it and get rid of the snowplow accounts. But now that we got credit cards on file, we have some really good clients that are interested in snow plowing, not too far from the house. We're not going to go like 15-hour shifts, crazy snow plowing, 20-hour shifts, nothing like that. We're just going to do 5 or 6 of our really good customers that are looking for snow removal. Maybe not even something like a driveway like this with a hill, just something. We're going to pick a couple clients that are just flat driveways, push the snow to the end, and be done. So that truck's getting set up with the snowplow at the end of the day. Everything will switch right over. It's the same mount. The mount will switch right over, and the wiring will switch right over, and it's not really rusty at all underneath, so we should be able to zip the bolts right out. Some of the bolts break, we'll just get new bolts, but we're going to start over here by, like you see here, it's a plow truck, but if the cab corners are not rotted, I mean, it's starting to go a little bit in the rockers, but the cab corners are solid. The doors have a little bit of rot. Yeah, it's not horrible. Interior is pretty clean.
How many miles are on it?
I think it was 127,000 miles.
Yeah.
It's a V8 Triton gas motor.
This is the one, by the way, that we got from the auction, in case you've been watching the videos.
Yeah, this was in that video where we bought all the trucks, I think, right?
Yeah.
The only 2 that are left are this one and that plow truck. We sold the GMC, we sold the F350 dump truck. Unfortunately, this doesn't have a 7.3 diesel in it. We probably would keep it. That one does, though. That one runs fine. We just got to put a fix the plow, and that one will be ready for sale too, if anyone is interested. We are located in North Jersey. We don't really know a price yet, but that one has 250,000 miles.
Yeah.
It's beat up a little bit.
I'll just show them just for the sake. I know we're gonna probably get a comment on it, so it's yeah, they hit some stuff with the truck, but it's rusty. It's not rusty underneath on the frame though. The frame's in really good shape.
It's got good tires. The motor is absolutely in fantastic shape.
Yeah.
It might have a drip off of the oil pan, but in terms of rust, there's no rust on the exhaust manifolds. It has no blow by. It probably runs the best out of every single 7.3 we have here. It's a shame it's in this truck that's kind of beat up from plowing, but hey, they use it to make money, and I guess that's probably what they did with it. But this has an 8-foot unimount that we're going to put a pump in. The motor went bad or whatever. We're going to take it off of a different plow, and this one will be for sale as a good working plow truck.
Let me just show them this side too. I know we're going to get a comment. I'm going to wish that I actually showed you it. The bed side's been replaced at some point, but it's painted with spray paint, but
it's a standard
it's a work truck. Yeah, this is like a lot truck basically.
Not even a lot.
Yeah, it could be better than that.
Turn the key, this thing will drive. It'll go anywhere you kind of need it to. You might need to go through the brakes and the front end a little bit and the U-joints and stuff like that, but as it sits here, it'll start up and it'll drive away. We could go take it to the next job if we had to.
Yeah.
But not so much on this one. We're going to start by taking the plow off of this one. Like we said, it's a shame people aren't really spending money like they were last year and the year before on vehicles and everything. The values aren't really going down crazy, but I don't know. People just aren't, like, this is in our opinion, a $10,000 truck all day long with the plow set up, being in pretty decent shape, and we're probably going to get $5 or $6 grand for it without the plow. So why take $6 grand for it with the plow when we're probably going to get $6 grand without the plow, and we need a plow for that anyway. So I guess the plan, right, was somewhere in September, October was to set that up with the plow.
Yeah.
Find one on Facebook and set it up.
Yeah.
But if we have one right here that'll switch right over in 2 seconds, why not do it?
Yeah.
A funny story. When I had that truck, had no plow on it when I first got it. I had an almost identical to this, an F350, but it was a single cab with the 8-foot ultra mount plow set up on it. Transmission went at about 10:30 at night, and it was like a 3-foot snowstorm. It was something crazy. And transmission shot in the middle of the night. So what do? I don't have a backup. I have this skid steer, but by the time you hook it up to the trailer and take it through 3 feet of snow, the roads haven't been plowed yet. I don't know. I went right into instinct mode and ripped the whole plow off of that white truck in the middle of the night with a buddy of ours, and switched. I mean, we're talking the wire harness, the mount, the bolts. We took the bumper off to get the actual mount off, put it on that truck. I don't know, 4 hours later. It's now like 3 a.m. We didn't even start plowing yet, and it's still snowing. Now that truck's ready to go with the plow, and realized, you know what, this isn't really worth it. Sent that other truck back to the transmission shop, and the guy didn't know what he was doing. Screwed it up once again. As soon as the winter was over, I said, I'm never plowing snow ever, ever, ever again. And here we are. Fast forward 5 years. Had all the parking lots for realtors and driveways and just parking lots for restaurants. It just wasn't worth it for me at the time. I didn't have enough help, but now that Jim's on board, I think we're gonna do, like we said,
just low scale.
Just to bring some money in the winter time. Not boredom money, but just something to, hey, let's go do 6 driveways real quick. We'll be back in 3 or 4 hours or whatever. Go do some nice long driveways that we have for existing lawn clients that they're looking for full year service. Just don't like to be bound down by snow plowing. We like to travel in the winter. We like to go to sporting events and just do things. We don't want to be, I mean, what am I trying to say? Like 3 winters ago when it snowed every single day.
When you're stuck doing it all the time,
we
you
work
can't do anything.
We work 8.5 months out of our year busting our butt to take the winters off and relax and fix our stuff and take time to be with family and just rejuvenate, go to Florida a couple times. I don't want to be here plowing snow every single time. So that's the plan. 5 to 6 driveways. If I'm not home to do it, Jim can do it. And if he's not home, our dad's always home to do it. So one of the 3 of us will be able to knock out these driveways with a credit card on file and be able to bill and receive payment in the winter to pay some wintertime bills.
And that truck over there won't break, knock on wood.
Yeah, that one is, we've gone through it. Brand new engine, brand new transmission. The whole front end we just redid this spring. brand new tires, brand new calipers, brake pads, rotors, U-joints, you name it. Every single thing's been replaced on that truck once, and now we're probably on our second time on a couple little things like some brakes and whatever. But that truck, just drive it. You could drive that to the other side of the country and back with no problems. Fuel tank we just did last year, the sending unit, the
fuel lines,
you name it, radiator, everything has been done on it. We have so much money into that truck. If we hook a plow up to it and keep it's still rust free, and just keep,
it's all right. It's not rust free, but it's close.
Got a couple spots, but
yeah,
wash it off. But the whole point is we're gonna yank this plow off right now and get this truck for sale with no plow on it, and send it on its way to the next guy that needs it to make money. It's got ladder racks, putting lumber up top or putting your ladders up here, sturdy. Like Jim said, it has a new floor in the bed. I'm sure it rotted out at some point, but it's solid.
Yeah.
They welded a big piece of steel in here. All the lights work. Pretty decent tires on it. Like you said, you see, yeah, for 21, 22 years, this is nothing. And then you go in here, top one solid, bottom one, it works. It's not the worst.
The cross members are all new.
Yeah, they must have took the whole thing off, right?
Yeah.
Flipped it. We're like, solid.
Yeah.
It's a good, solid work truck. Just in my opinion, it should have a diesel in it, not a V8 Triton, or at the minimum a V10 Triton for a little bit more power. It's a big, heavy truck. It's clean. It's a good work truck. The only problem with this truck is it has a lack of power for some reason once you hit like 40 miles an hour. It'll keep going, but it's farting and popping. It's got to be probably ignition coil, ignition wires, and spark plugs or something to that effect. Or you were reading a knock sensor code on the scanner, I think.
Yeah.
It starts right up. It idles completely fine. Reverse, all the gears work. It
revs up. It's almost like it's like holding itself back.
Like it has a lack of power or something. And we're not dealing with it. We're going to take the plow off and put the truck for sale. So let's get going. I guess we don't need this machine since it doesn't work. We'll put the plow right up against it.
Yeah.
Unhook it, and then we'll back up to the garage.
All right.
And start pulling off the hardware.
That was pretty easy. That's it, right? The plow's off. That's it.
Plow's off.
We're done.
Cake. We just gotta take the mount off.
Yeah, no, I'm joking.
It's not too hard. Unless
No,
the bolts are really, really bad, I don't think they're horrible.
Yeah, but the bumper's got to come off.
Bumper's gonna come off, and to get the wires off, we're gonna find out how they routed them. But funny, we just got a call from Papa Zig, who's out mowing our regular lawn route, and he's at one of the client's house. And as you can tell, we got hit hard last night with heavy rain, flash flooding, 3 to 4 inches of rain in a couple hours. It was saying on the weather thing. So one of the clients he just cut the property for has a branch down on their pool fence. I don't know if it's a big branch or a small branch, but we're gonna bring
the chainsaw?
We're gonna bring this guy right here.
Yeah.
This is the electric chainsaw you guys saw in the video, and then we're gonna also bring our regular chainsaw in case it's a little bit bigger. But we were gonna plan to go join him anyway for a couple hours and get some of the bigger properties done. But first, we want to yank this off.
You know, as I'm sitting here thinking about things for sale, I have a quick clip that I want to show you, and we'll swipe over to it right now and come back. Yeah. Rev it up. Got a nice whistle. That's good. That's pretty neat.
Runs good.
Runs good.
It's out of a golf course mower. It's crazy.
It's got a really nice whistle.
It sounds good. Yeah, so with these these Western Ultra mounts, we know for a fact they come up and around the frame with a brace, and then there's also mounts back here. These bolts don't look horrible at all.
Yeah, they don't.
There's no way this was a plow truck its entire life, or maybe it was just used sparingly. But these come off on both sides, and the plow mount literally just drops down.
If there's anything we've learned about these plow trucks, salt trucks, anything that's been in the winter storm, is that they're just a pain in the butt to work on. Right, Steve?
Yeah, we had to cut probably half the bolts to get them out.
Yeah.
It's just only the underneath bolts, really. The rest of them kind of, pretty much, we're not going to reuse them, but we saved them, so when we go to the store, we'll buy brand new ones.
Yeah,
put it
it's
on
just,
the truck.
even if it doesn't look rusty on here, guaranteed it's going to fight you to get it off. But, yeah, it's always a battle when you're dealing with the salt. I hate working on stuff that's been in salt. We like the rust-free stuff. It's hard to find that around here, though. Everything's been in the salt at some point or another, if it's been out in the winter. But now we can, we're doing the wiring later, but we can take this thing and post it for sale. So if it is still available, anybody's interested in this truck, what do we want for it?
$5,500 probably.
$5,500.
As it sits, it's got good tires, and
it's worth every penny of that. Look at the tires on it. It's a solid work truck, F350. This is a work truck. Good for getting stuff done, and if you address whatever's going on with the lack of power, I bet you'll have a good truck. It's low miles.
probably something stupid.
Yeah.
Because it is low miles. It's going to be, these things have problems with the spark plugs and everything, but who knows what it is. It could be a sensor, it could be a vacuum line, I don't know.
We don't know, we don't care. We need this truck on, so come get it. If it's still here, feel free to shoot us a message.
Or comment.
Or comment, yeah, that's fine. But most likely, we're trying to have this sold pretty quick. It might be sold, but don't be scared to reach out. But with on that note, we will we'll shift gears. We're going to cut some lawns before the rain comes in. We've got the trailer set up, hooked up to our trusty dually truck over here, the one that used to be the white truck. Everybody saw us. We painted it, and we've been keeping up with the channel. This thing's ready to go to work. So we got a few lawns. We're gonna go help Papa Zig because it's gonna rain, and we don't want to leave him out there all alone in the rain today, because we're good sons, you know, care about our father. We do the right thing. But yeah, let's go get to work. So here we are. It's Thursday now. We did cut a few lawns in the rain the other day, as you saw with the Walker mower.
We're preparing for July 4th. It's on a Tuesday this year, so it's a holiday weekend, and actually the same week our brother's getting married, so we have to, and Papa Zig's on vacation with our mom for the week, so me and Jimmy are gonna have to knock the lawn route out Monday, Wednesday, and a couple hours on a Thursday. So we're preparing this week in terms of, I don't know, with the heights of the grass, because we might be cutting it a day or two earlier next week. All our clients know that already, but yeah, we're just chipping away like we always do.
And it's been pretty crazy this week. This past week or so, maybe a little bit more, we've gotten so much rain. We probably got more rain this whole time this past week than we have all landscaping season, I would say.
Well, the month of May, I think they said, was like 0.6 inches of rain for the whole month, which is like never happens like that. And as landscapers, as outdoorsmen, you don't want rain, and then when it doesn't rain, we're begging for rain so the grass grows and the people stop calling and complain that their grass is burned out. And like Jim just said, we've been getting these wicked thunderstorms, like heavy rain. It's almost like trees are falling over. We're doing some storm cleanup at some of the properties with branches that are falling. A little bit too much rain at once, basically, but a lot of flooding and stuff, but you can't control the weather. Customers don't understand that sometimes. They want to know why you're not here or whatever. But you have a schedule. You can't control if it's going to rain or not. It just is what it is. It's part of the game.
Yeah. Well, anyways, we got a few more lawns to go do. We're in the dually black truck right now. Same setup we had with the other day with the trailer, and we're gonna get a few lawns cut, and then we're gonna head back to the house for some more work.
Equipment.
So here we are back home. Turned out to be not a half bad day, and we're gonna cut the grass. Already cutting the grass. Steve's cutting he already did the backyard. I weed whacked the whole property. We got a little bit of stripes here. Somehow we're managing to fit cutting the grass at home into our own schedule. It's always tough because, you know, we put everybody else's lawn first, and then ours is at the end of the week whenever we get to it, because we have everybody else's schedule. But we're gonna wrap up our lawn. This is our last lawn of the week, which is a beautiful thing. Tomorrow's Friday. We'll have a wide open day for side projects and whatnot. As you can see, we always have something around here that needs to be taken care of. And more so back to the mechanical part of this video, we got some more stuff for sale I want to show you guys real quick. Everything you see is always for sale, you know, as the saying goes, there's a price for everything. It just has to be high enough, you know what I mean? But there's a right price for everything. Back here though, we have something that many of you might be interested in, this John Deere stand-on mower that's for sale. How many hours is this one? This one has 1,700 hours, and it's a nice mower. It's in good shape. We got a twin identical one to this in the garage that I think has 1,200 hours. These were fleet maintained by Rutgers University. We got them from them. They switched all their equipment over to Exmark. I don't know if they got like a fleet deal with Exmark or something, but they got rid of all their John Deeres and they're moving on to Exmark next. So this was just a leftover that still has plenty of life left. There's nothing wrong with it. Every single thing works on it. It is a 52-inch stand-on mower, 652R. The engine, I forget what engine's on here, but that's tags back there. Anyway, so I mean, it starts right up, runs good. I think this one is the cheaper one because of the higher hours. I think we want 3,900 bucks for this. The other one I think was 4,400. It's got 500 less hours or so. It's in as good of a shape as this one is though. So I figured while we're on the topic of showing you guys kind of the machines we got around here, it's for sale. So hit us up in the comments, or if you want to message us on Instagram or TikTok or anything, send us an email or something. If you're interested in it, it's still here. We'd be happy to show it to you if you want to come out and look at it or buy it or whatnot. So, and I'll continue the sales pitch while we're on it because, like I said, everything's for sale. This is the Toro VersaVac. This thing's for sale right now on eBay. It's in good shape. They don't really look like they used it too much. The paint's really good, as you've seen in the other video. We might hang on to it until leaf season if it doesn't sell, and then do something cool with it. I don't know. If somebody buys it in the meantime, somebody buys it. That is what it is. We're kind of open on price right now, depending on how good of a deal we can make. But it's just missing the belt cover, but the belts are back on. It spins and everything. But yeah, it's in good shape. Everything's always for sale, you know. So we're trying to get rid of some of our stuff just to clear up some room for some new stuff. And that leads me on to this plow truck, which is not ready for sale quite yet. We're finishing up the plow, I think we were saying. And that will be for sale though. I know somebody wants that truck. That's a good 7.3 truck. And then the loader will be for sale eventually. We just didn't get around to touching up the paint and stuff. And this next thing is actually going to be sold come this weekend. My 1996 Ford Bronco that I put a 6-liter in is finally going this weekend. I could not give this damn thing away. I lowered the price to 2,500 bucks, and that's finally what made it go. I mean, I'm giving it away at that. Unfortunately, I just need it gone. It's taking up a parking spot. I'm never going to get to it. I don't have the time to work on it, and it's not 100% road ready. It's a project, and got too many other projects, and I'm letting this one go. 2,500 bucks, but I'm trading it for a Volkswagen diesel Jetta, which I mean, if I could trade it and somehow do something with that car or something, I would rather have that than this. It's just taking up a spot, and like I said, I ran out of energy on it and time and all that good stuff. But it's a 6.0 Power Stroke, like you've seen in the past videos if you've been watching. I mean, I'm giving this thing away. It's a shame because it's parts wise, if you strip it apart and part it out, it's worth way more than that. but that'll be going bye-bye on the weekend. And I know the garage is open. People are going to be asking about this. This is probably the only thing not for sale right now. Even if you did throw me a number, it wouldn't. I mean, if you gave me a lot of money for it, yeah, I would sell it. But this one is a current project, and I'm very passionate about finishing this project. This is the yellow car. The big cheese, as Burns Lawn Care likes to call it. 1974 city car. Started its life out as an electric vehicle that I picked up, and it was converted to diesel. I did not like the setup in it, so now I'm converting it to a gasoline, basically a golf cart. I mean, this is an engine out of a quad. I got it lifted. I had to lift it like 5 inches for this to work, so it's lifted up 5 inches, and the motor's in here. I'm finishing this one up. Gonna build a big center console and 2 seats, one on this side, one on that side. This is something that I really don't want to sell, because I want to see it finished, and I think it's going to be functional when it's done. It'll be pretty cool. But I knew if somebody was going to ask me about this as soon as I opened the garage, so I figured, you know what, I'll throw it in the clip. But there will be more videos on this if anybody's interested in seeing this. It's a pretty cool thing. You don't really see them. I never had heard of the thing before I bought it. There was only, I think, a few thousand made. I want to say there was only 4,000 made ever, maybe even less than that. The doors are over here, these yellow funky doors. And then underneath the tarp, the Model A sitting there, the 1930 pickup truck that you saw in the other video, that is, we're bouncing around selling that. If somebody gives us a good number, we'll take it, we'll get rid of it. If not, then it's going to get lettered up and it's going to get thrown into the fleet, if you want to call it that. But we're going to letter it up and use it for advertisement and whatnot. But if somebody wants us to give us a good number on that, come get it. If you've seen, I'll throw a picture of it in here. It's a beautiful truck. Oh, and then here's the other John Deere twin mower here. This one, how many hours does this one have? This one does have 1,200 hours, so I was right. 652R. This one's just as clean, if not cleaner, just because it's a little bit lower hours, but it is it's a good machine, ready to go to work. 4,400 bucks, their best offer for this one. We really want to stay close to that 4,400. It's a good mower. So, and now officially we can Steve should be done cutting the grass now. Last lawn of the week's done. It was your own.
Yep.
Right?
We just got one stump to rip out.
Yeah.
We pull out the big guns instead of using anything small. We're not going to mess around with this stump. This is one of the biggest ones we've ever taken out.
Yeah.
I think you just need to grab a change. I'm out of the gold truck on the way up.
All right, let's start this out. Where is this chain? We got a bunch of them. It ripped all of the bark around the whole thing. Look at that.
Just didn't have enough strength.
Yeah, I couldn't do it.
We got 2 chains. I mean, this one doesn't even have a hook on the end. That's why we're using 2 of them, but I can't believe this thing can't pull it out.
A lot more than I thought.
Got it?
There's no hook on here.
And then I'll hook it back. Make it as tight as you can.
So this is our last, back to the red truck here.
Yeah, this is where we started this video. We got the plow frame off, as you can see. It's in the garage. Put up a good fight with some of the bolts, but most of them came out. Like we said, we'll be going on the gold truck over there with brand new bolts in case we ever sell it, which we are never selling it. In case we ever want to take the plow.
No, everything's for sale though.
Everything. The house is for sale. That thing in there.
No, I said that's not for sale, but everything else is for sale.
Yeah.
That was the point of this video anyways. We're gonna strip the wiring harness off of this real quick of the plow. Yep. And then this thing is ready to go. I mean,
tell them details and price?
We told them in the beginning on this. I told them details on the John Deere mowers. The JCB loader, we're not ready to sell that, but it is going to be for sale.
Did you say the price for this?
Yeah, we did.
What'd you say?
We said 55.
55. We'll take $5,000 if this is it's still available as of right now.
Look at it. It's a nice work truck. $5,000.
It needs probably something stupid. It could be ignition coils, could be spark plugs, it could be a vacuum hose line. I don't know. It's like a pressure line for air or something. I don't know. It doesn't have power, but it shifts through all the gears fine. It just lacks power. It could be a sensor underneath the intake manifolds. It could be a gasket. Who the hell knows? We're not Triton experts. We're 7.3 diesel experts, but it starts, runs, and drives. You could use this tomorrow for work. It just lacks some power. But
that'll wrap up this video.
Yeah, we're gonna yank this off. We'll be good to go.
So you got any final comments, Steve?
The YouTube name change?
No, that's a good point. Real quick, yeah, we should do that.
Jim and I are considering changing the name on our YouTube. Just being with side work being so slow, pretty much every summer, we dive into these auctions to these buy and sell trucks, four-wheelers, whatever the hell that thing is, mowers. But we do a lot of buying and selling, but we do a lot of repairs, engine rebuilds and stuff like that, alongside our full-time job, which is landscaping, pavers, retaining walls, grass, lawn maintenance, shrub trimming, leaves. But we want to maybe come up with a new name that combines it all. Throw it down in the comments if you guys are still watching at this point in the video. Of course, if you're interested in anything, throw a comment down on that too. But throw down comments of what obviously called Ziggy's Lawn and Landscape. This has nothing to do with landscaping because we're working on a truck to
sell.
Yeah, basically being an entrepreneur, buying and selling to make money for our families. But we're thinking something along the lines of like the Ziggy Brothers.
Something like that.
Ziggy Bros.
Yeah.
Something that is based around our name, and then we can pretty much do whatever we're doing in the videos.
Yeah.
But it's just a thought. It's not set in stone.
Yeah, with that said, we're not changing the name of the business. The business is going to always be what it is going to be. It's just a YouTube channel name, and it's just we want the channel to be about us and not just the business is what we're getting at here. But if you have any ideas, feel free, throw them down. We're considering changing it, so it might be happening soon. But that's all I got today.
We'll wrap it up, and of course we'd like to show some entertainment for you guys of doing stupid stuff with a big loader. We're at the Model A, which is sitting under the cover in the garage, so that's why we're thinking of the name change, but just to keep everyone entertained and something new in every video. So that's what we're shooting for, and hopefully you guys are learning stuff along the way about our business, and hopefully things and tips that you can take to your business. So I'll wrap this video up. We hope you guys have a good day and have a good July 4th safe holiday weekend, and we'll catch you in the next one.